Madam Mayor, I do not have any more users with their hands raised.
All right, we'll close public comment. And Moses, I have a question. You know, we have a number of things coming up over the next couple of weeks. Next week at a study session, and then February 7th, talking about seating a new URA board, a Loveland Urban Renewal Authority board, and then amendments to the Master Finance Agreement, additional incentives. There's a ton of stuff coming before us, all before about March 21st. How many of those items are going to be resolutions and how many are going to be ordinances?
Madam Mayor, I expect most of them will be resolutions.
Most will be
The overwhelming
resolutions.
majority will be resolutions.
Okay. So I like Darren Barrett. Find this very interesting coincidence that we've had public comment for years, and all of a sudden public comment is a problem. I used to be in the back of the room and I would come up and make public comment. We had no 1 hour time limit. I, as an individual, could ask 4 people to give their time, and I could speak for 10 minutes on a topic. I was allowed to speak to every item on the regular agenda. It was never a problem. Now we have a whole lot of very interesting items coming up to council. We had a consultant, what I would call a lobbyist, who was obviously being paid to advocate that public comment is suddenly a problem. I find that coincidence very concerning. I don't find public comment to be a concern. And I agree with Bob Massaro. The problem in terms of going over is council discussion. And I think Linda Rosa sent us an email listing how much time each councilor spent at the last meeting on this item, you know, public comment, rules of procedure. We have one councilor at 22 minutes, one at 20, one at 15, one at 12 and a half, one at 10 and a half, one at 7. I mean, this is what's taking up the time, not the public. That is my opinion. Regarding study sessions, I'm very happy that we're talking about having public comment at study sessions because that's when we're discussing things for the first time. However, I believe it should be on each item, not at the beginning. The public needs to hear the presentation before they know what they may want to comment on. It's not until they see what we see and ask the questions by council that they might be educated with some new information and want to give public comment. Again, I don't agree with having to have a camera vision. Let's see, what else were my comments here? Don't agree with the hour limit up front. I think those are my major comments. I'm not seeing. Thank you. Councilor McFall.
So, since I started this whole fiasco, I guess I'll speak to this part of it. And again, I'm going to say it was never about public comment. I think it came clear. I mean, it was about a discussion about how we get our agenda straightened out. That's what it was all about. And I find that I tend to concur that it's us that are the biggest problems on this. And I know we've brought up, freedom of speech and everything else, and it was an interesting email that we received in our councilor email boxes today from John Zackham from Jackson Kelly law firm, basically saying that, public comment in a limited forum like this is not a limitation of free speech, and I'll be interested to really dig through that and take a look at it. But I'll say this, and this may surprise some people out here, but I don't support either one of the options. And I'm not going to vote for this option. I will vote against it, only for this fact that I think some of the things in there are good. I think there are things that we need to do, but I think we're the problem. Yeah, cut and dried. And I don't think anything we do in either one of these options is going to fix that problem until we look at it ourselves and figure out what's going on. So I don't support either option A or option B.